T7M Radio brings to you the best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell.
Yes, sir. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell. Callers, y'all call up 347-989-8102. Me, myself, I'm not really going to waste a whole bunch of y'all time today. This is a big weekend in sports. We got the AFC and the NFC Championship tomorrow. Kickoff, first game, I believe, is going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. It's going to be a big game tomorrow. Also, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But what I need to do is get off. Let's get some things clear right now. And I need to talk about my New York Knicks. Now, I'm not going to sit here and waste time talking about how pathetic, how criminal, how illegal of a job Phil Jackson has done with my New York Knicks organization. I'm not going to sit here and preach to the choir about how James Dolan, how pathetic and ridiculous of a job of an owner he has been. I'm not going to sit up here and told you that I told you so when I told you that I wasn't sold on Jeff Hornacek. I was not sold that the triangle offense was going to be in effect. But one thing that really grinds my gears when it comes to my New York Knicks and when it comes to the fans is this whole thing about Kristaps Porzingis should be the focal point with the New York Knicks. Carmelo Anthony, I don't care, under no circumstances, do not waive your trade clause. Fuck that. Under no circumstances, do not waive your trade clause. Go through this whole contract, win or lose. We are not going to allow the New York Knicks to just do what they want and play puppet and use you as the reason that the Knicks organization has been so inept for the last few years. We're not going to allow them to do that. This is the whole reason why we have the trade clause in effect. The whole world wants to say Carmelo Anthony is not a champion. He will never be a champion. The jury is still out on that. Because if they trade you, they're going to try to play you like you're a liability more than an asset. Do not, under no circumstance, waive that trade clause. I don't care if the New York Knicks lose the rest of the games this season. It does not make any difference to me. They've been pathetic so far all year. 19-25. They're third in the Atlantic behind Toronto and Boston. I mean, nowhere near playing 500 basketball. This is what we dealt with before. We bring in Derrick Rose. We bring in Joakim Noah. We spend all this extra money on Courtney Lee. Nobody is giving me any reason to need to know what's up with my New York Knicks. But I'm tired of hearing this talk about Carmelo needs to be traded. Kristaps Porzingis is the focal point. I mean, he's 7 feet and he can't do anything in the post. He has not done anything in the playoffs. He's not aggressive. I mean, you know, the Knicks disgust me, really, for all different reasons. But I'm not going to blame this on Carmelo Anthony. Averaging just over a little 20, over 22 points per game. I could see if he was a ball hawk, if he was Kobe, if he was being a cancer to this team. This is not Carmelo's fault. Carmelo Anthony deserves better. But I just don't think that the Knicks will allow him, even if he waived the trade clause. They're going to wind up putting Nick Carmelo somewhere where he's still not going to win a championship. And he's definitely going to look like a liability. So if you're going to go down with the ship. Get your money. Play the whole contract out. Make Phil Jackson and company pay. Because chances are Phil Jackson will be out the door before Carmelo does if he keeps his contract and that. So I don't want to see Melo go for numerous reasons. But the disrespect that the New York Knicks is showing, namely Phil Jackson, is the main reason why Carmelo cannot waive his trade clause. You got to stay in Madison Square under all circumstances. And that's just the bottom line. 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Make sure y'all join us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 347-989-8102.